Hello, everyone and no one. Welcome to another Talking Into the Void. Today has been a day because my computer's wanting to be an asshole, as it's been. And I think it's the graphics driver, but I gotta try some other things after stream because I got some stuff going on. But with me, as always, is T. Alexander. T, how you doing?
I'm better. It's been one of them days, but I'm better. How are you?
Oh, not so bad. Has it been one of those days, as Limp Bizkit said, when you don't want to wake up, everything is fucked and everybody sucks?
Yes.
But joining us as well as Angela. Angela, how you doing?
Hi there. I am okay now that I have slept.
And we got Will at
Sleep is
Forge.
a
Will,
good
how you
thing.
doing?
Holding up all right. Thanks. Yourself?
Will, I am putting the In the Name of the Rose in the shared drive as we speak, and I will link it to you, Angela. That way you can watch it.
Thank you.
Still arguing
It's
with
a
my
good movie.
computer.
Still arguing with your computer? Bummer.
Yeah.
Stop arguing, computer.
Yeah.
Well, Windows
Stupid
Explorers
computers,
is
stop arguing.
crashing. Or Windows Explorers. Window Explorer likes to keep crashing on my one internal
All right, it's in there.
external hard drive and then one of my actual external hard drives, and it's just pissing me off because randomly it just gets to a spot, hangs out, and then just fucking crashes and restarts itself. These are the days of my life.
Hi, brother.
And what's
Hi,
up,
Mitch.
Mitch and Clown?
Yo, Clown. Yo, Mitch. That's there. I'll put it there, and I'm gonna pin it in the.
But I did find out I can use just the mic for the GoPro today, so that's pretty nice. Just I probably need to talk a little louder, so I had to increase the gain a little bit to increase its volume. The one video. So I got the video made up, but couldn't do the thumbnail because the one window it goes to, it crashes. It even crashes the fucking program when I try to open it through that.
God damn.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying.
Ugh. Oh.
So I am currently having to go through, and luckily I did a copy of the image, so I had to put it in take it off my phone again and put it in another freaking spot, and now make all the other elements for it from scratch.
So you had to cobblestone an image together.
Yep, which I'm doing now.
Mm.
And Mitch, if you're wanting to join, you're more than welcome to. Oh. Otherwise, yeah, I haven't done much of anything. I was bullshitting with my dad yesterday. Went through and got some shooting footage and did a small video that I'll release later on this week as well for the Recover Tactical 2020 brace.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to grab coffee and do a thing. BRB. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I have no fucking clue what you're talking about, but it's cool that you're into it.
I think the coffee and BRB thing was probably Mitch.
No, I'm talking about the tactical brace. I am a city kid and I'm not that very literate with guns.
I'm gonna guess it's probably like something that makes you able.
It's a stabilizer support.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say, but
sorry.
No worries.
Again, I am the idiot. There's a song somewhere in it.
Beauty School Dropout?
No,
go back to high school.
The year was 1778. I wish I was in Sherbrooke now.
I know more of the Grease songs than I would like because my dad always forgot the song he liked. Cool Rider was in the second movie.
Oh, wow.
Not George. Is it George Stanley?
I don't know. I feel like there are 4 different conversations happening right now. The Void must be confused also.
Yes.
like, are you kidding? I tuned out 2 weeks ago.
Birds Privateers. There it is. The song is Birds Privateers, but I know the guy that sings it.
It's a guy.
Stan Rogers, and he
you know
does
him
a song.
personally?
No, I don't know him personally. He died ages before I was born.
I'm kidding. What?
But
Well, you're the Lich, man.
I don't know him. Well, technically, I didn't know him. Before I came to America, I was a cat in jolly old England for like ever. That bitch transformed me.
Okay.
I mean, that lovely individual who I love very much, and I don't want to destroy.
I feel like
Just in case she's listening.
getting ready to apologize profusely to Kevki.
Oh, what? Kevki didn't transform me into a cat. That's way before I met Kevki. Ages ago.
No, Kefki just likes to gnaw on some bones occasionally.
Yeah. Which is all well and good if she gives me back my shins.
Those are the chewiest bones.
I know, but I want them back. But Stan Rogers does a song called "The Idiot."
Okay.
That's why I said Stan Rogers.
He must have written it just for you.
Aww.
No, I'm so sorry. I feel so
Angela,
bad now.
Get out of my head.
Bravo, though. Nice blow, though. And I gotta admit, that was a good blow. That came in low, right up under the gut.
I was about
just
to make comments on being biographical, so very well done.
Yeah, like Angela, I threw that one up. Angela, like, you push Will out the way. Just right on target.
Set, match.
Well, I mean, you softballed that over the plate. How's she not supposed to hit out of the park?
Wait a minute.
Thanks, Will.
She got this ring. Finish him, and then out of nowhere she hit with the uppercut, drop kick, low punch, and then off the fatality. Angela wins. Fatality. Right, man. But I love you, Angela. It's all good. It's a good song, honestly.
All right.
You
hey, what's up, Keishel?
today?
This is going to be fun because it's going to fuck with people
Keishel.
because instead of using like good things, since this is called Mostly Function Idiot Review, I'm using Comic Sans just to fuck with people.
I love Comic Sans. That is actually my favorite font.
Say, Rotten. You get a chance. You want to look into a font called Comic Parchment.
Well, I have no idea how to add other fonts to Paint.net.
I use Paint too.
No, not Paint. It's Paint.net because on that one I can go through and make things that are legitimately PNGs to where the background is still transparent. It doesn't just make it all white.
Ooh.
It might be something to check into. There is like a free downloader on that gives you basically downloaded to your local hard drive the entirety of Paint.net. And I'm wondering if it might be able to run on your local fonts.
Right, and check side chat.
I don't care at the moment.
Fair enough, but it's there.
Oh.
Okay. Things in the local chat.
Like otherwise, I didn't do jack today other than just get some recording done. But I am digging the GoPro because I can go through and connect it with my phone and use that for the recording. So I have like 3 different ways to make sure I'm in screen
you like it.
where I want to be. Like I can do it with my phone. I can do it with the freaking front-facing camera. If I were to use a mirror, I could do it with the or the not facing camera, the front-facing screen.
Mm-hmm.
And it also obviously has the rear screen. Then what's really cool is it also has a little gauge that's in green that kind of goes up and down or side to side. That is, for volume.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
There. Glock 19X Gen V. Looks so dumb and I don't care. Look, I low effort everything. So
Oh no, I'm all for that. It's just there's the font that touts itself as basically the bastard child of Comic Sans and Papyrus.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes an appearance in every single one of my videos.
Nice.
Oh. I'm trying to remember what the
These are
thing
the
was with
days of my
Joker where they were
life.
like, instead of Times New Roman, it was Times New something else, and like the last letter of every fifth word is done in Comic Sans.
Time New Comic Sans.
That's
love it.
fun.
Call it Times New Comic Sans.
Well, that's like when way back when I was still at Cannon Air Force Base, and a bunch of us kind of got in somewhat of a trouble, but we had to like write an essay on something. So every paragraph, I did an entirely different font.
He's a dick.
One of the guys I know, every paragraph, between each paragraph, he was actually making an entire argument of Batman versus Superman, or like shit in the DC universe just to fuck with him.
Oh no.
That guy's a dick.
That was funnier than shit too, because if you'd look at him, he'd be like, "You're not a DC fan. You can't." It's like you're not a comic book fan because you're basically a human V. Like for your chest, like that can't be true. And he's like, "No, I like comics and I like to lift weights."
Like the
Guess
two are
what?
mutually exclusive.
It's like, guess what? I do exist.
Oh yeah,
You-
that was the funniest thing when I was getting near the end of the careers, but even at Okinawa was like, we got the crew chiefs, which would be more like the guys who like in high school, the guys that were the ones to be considered gearheads and a lot of things for like what their job
Mhm.
entails. But so many of them were talking about D&D other than a quaint few of them. And then you had all the avionics ones, which are the ones you would consider like the big old nerd culture thing. And so many of them are talking about like working on vehicles, fitness, and stuff like that.
Never judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. But like I've met a couple
mean,
different people.
right.
Well, so I've met a couple different people that both of them built like brick shit houses. I just had one that was like my height and one that was probably like 4 inches shorter than me. But the dude would go to the gym and he's basically fucking jacked, but he'd almost always be at the gym in a Pokemon t-shirt.
I mean, Rod, look at yourself. Not trying to insult you or anything, but look at yourself. You are built like an iron fucking tower, and you are tangentially a fucking nerd. I take it back. You are a fucking nerd. Like you can have some of the nerdiest conversations with us. Yes, you aren't into DVD, but you have other nerd shit.
You say
Fucking
DVD?
Will. No. Well, he's not into D&D, but there are other nerd things that he think that are considered nerdy.
I am aware. I'm just saying you said DVD.
Oh, I'm sorry. But like Will's into guns. Will's also a Star Trek fan.
And a Star Wars fan and Doctor Who fan. Classic.
Yeah. Classical, yes, most definitely.
Few other things.
But like I'm saying, like never judge a book by its cover.
I mean, how else are you supposed to judge it?
By the spine. You gotta judge by the spine.
Mhm.
This spine is a little too rigid. This is a bad book. Sorry, that's the Bible. It's terrible book.
Hey,
I'm saying judge it by its spine, not its cover.
Like its spine could use
Let's
some
say
work.
if it's
Now this one over here, this Communists Manifesto, this is just garbage.
Yeah, look at that spine. It's limp. Look, limp. Mao's little red book. Too weak. Very weak.
so yeah, I wouldn't even use those for toilet paper on the off chance that it can get you by osmosis.
Yo, Mitch,
Hey,
you just want
Mitch.
to absorb it in your shit. You saying something, Mitch?
Oh,
Kids can't hear you.
No, I'm
Oh,
sorry, I'm out of breath. I got distracted for a minute and rushed to get back to the computer and microphone. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Kishel. Hey, Clown. Anyone else I missed?
So how's your day going, Mitch?
Say,
Sorry. I'm an old man with broken lungs. What can I say?
feel
I
you,
do
my
actually
cardio
though
sucked.
want to. Yeah, hear that. I actually want to find a publisher that will work with me to print the Communist Manifesto on a roll of toilet paper.
why? Well, why? Why would you? That's the people's paper. They will demand
that's
it
not
for
a
free.
publisher you're looking for.
Well, print house.
Like, I mean, come on now. That is the people's toilet paper. You can't be printing it on the people's toilet paper. It had to be like one ply.
Well, is it-
That might be a little too deep. One ply with splinters.
It's
Oh,
barely butt
man.
paper. It's barely butt paper.
No, on the whole roll, there's only like 7 sheets. That's what I'm
7
looking
sheets.
at.
Oh, I mean, let's just print it on
God
Kindling.
damn.
one ply with the rough grade.
Oh, you about to fucking print it on sandpaper at this point.
I
Yeah.
do
Make
have a
military
question. Oh.
make military TP look luxurious.
It all depends. Are we talking about like on a ship naval TP or like everywhere else, like in the Air Force toilet paper? Because in the Air Force toilet paper, it is at least kind of 2-ply. It's like 1.5.
All
I'm,
right, okay, I got
I'm-
the.
The-
Go ahead.
I'm just
Good, Andrew.
disturbed about the specifications of 1.5 ply toilet paper.
Well,
Oh, by the
Because-
way,
go ahead, Mitch.
every sheet of this toilet paper is also gray.
Oh God.
Well, it's
Word.
85% post-consumer product.
Ew.
But to go back to the
Ugh.
toilet paper thing, on Navy ships, the pipes haven't been retrofit on most of them. Last I was aware, till they could handle anything more than 1-ply toilet paper. And
So you
then
gotta
like
use a lot of it.
everyone else, like the Air Force typically does stuff a little bit better, but not always that much better, if better at all. And it's always done to the lowest bidder.
All right, so this is what it should be printed on. Hear me out. All right, the airport buys paper in bulk, toilet paper in bulk. It is
Obviously,
not
pipes
very
were-
expensive because they have to use a lot of it.
The pipes were calling.
Nice. Print it on that. It is one massive roll, and you can print the entire Communist
Hi, Johnny.
Manifesto on airport paper.
Hey, Johnny.
Yo, Hellcat, the celebrity endorsements they would have on the inside. Ew.
Then all that reminds
But
me.
I do have I
ahead.
did come prepared with a question tonight if no one objects.
Before you, I got
Okay,
one last thing about the
Uh-oh.
Communist Manifesto of a
What's that,
coworker.
Ron?
That's why I said. That's what I was saying. The one last thing about the manifesto thing. A coworker of mine had it that he actually went to one of another former coworker when both of them were still working at the job I'm at, and had basically asked him if he had like a physical copy of the Communist Manifesto he could borrow. And after the whole conversation, it's just like, you would think for that he'd just go online and fucking download it for free.
Right?
What you was saying.
I'm sorry, I just had a thought that the Communist Manifesto is probably the most copyright struck book on the market on YouTube or on the internet.
But shouldn't it be available for everyone to read?
I mean, you can buy
It
it on
should.
Amazon.
If they were
My point
consistent in their values, yes.
my point is it should not cost you money
I agree.
because communists. It
In fact,
belongs to everyone.
who's supposed to claim copyright on that? Since ownership is theft, nobody can own the copyright on that, and well, that should simplify things for them a lot.
Yep. But the question I have, and I'm hoping someone can answer it for me.
Okay.
It's political in nature.
42.
So,
What-
depends on how seriously you
No,
want it
there's-
answered.
There's something going on politically that I understand. I understand why it's happening. But no one has yet given me a good reason to be against Thomas Massey.
I'm actually pro Thomas Massey, so
So am I. His voting record is as close to 100% in line with the Constitution and the Bill of Rights as anything
Mhm.
exactly.
that's ever been.
I think you've noticed how promotional I have been of Thomas Massey. You tend to like my posts.
I might have been.
The only ones I've seen.
If I see a post that I agree with, or for some reason want to acknowledge, I will click the like button. But then my brain moves on and I forget what someone posted. You know, I think we all kind of have that.
Oh yeah.
But what I'm looking for is a legitimate reason to be anti-Thomas Massey.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
And so far, the
reason.
only thing I've seen is there's one person who doesn't like the way he does things, whatever the fuck that means. I guess voting no on tyranny is bad, whatever. And I've seen someone else complain that the help me out here. No, don't help me out. It'll mess me up. I've seen someone else complain that he called out Donald Trump for the bungling of the Trump I'll start over. For the bungling of the Trump administration's release of the Epstein stuff.
Yes, he is adamantly like losing his shit over the fact that the Epstein files have still not been fully released yet.
Right, I would
But
be too.
may I ask you a question?
Sure.
Are you looking for a legitimate answer that of why you should be opposed to Thomas Massey, or the reason that everyone else,
reason that
everyone else is opposed to Thomas Massey?
I'm not against Thomas Massey.
No, yes.
And I don't think that they can convince me to be against Thomas Massey. What I am looking for is a legitimate reason to be against Thomas Massey.
That's exactly what I was asking you. That is word for word what I did ask you.
How can I clarify?
Okay. Thomas Massey is a mirror to people of what their representatives are not doing that they should be. And it's making them have to actually look at why they're voting for people and
Mhm.
actually have to think about what is going on around them. And therefore, they do not like Thomas Massey. There isn't actually really a legitimate reason to be so angry
That's what I'm
about
getting.
Thomas Massey. That's what I'm telling you. That is the facts. That's the facts. There is no reason to be opposed to Thomas Massey. If you are a thinking human being who actually wants your government to do what is in your best interest, you would not be opposed
Really
to
tragic.
Thomas Massey. But you have to actually think and pay attention to what's going on around you to realize that there is no reason to be opposed to Thomas Massey, that he's actually on your fucking side, morons.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
I agree.
I'm sorry. I'm really,
No, that's
really,
fine.
really angry. I am a very angry human being
No,
when it
I
comes
get
to
it.
politics.
I get it. So am I. But I'm trying to see the rational side of the argument, but
There
I can't
isn't.
get anyone to give me one.
The only rational side is they don't want to look
Mhm.
at what they've been allowing to happen for the last
That's not what I mean, though,
several
Angela.
decades. I know, but that is their
Oh, that's the real reason. Yes.
That's the reason. There is no the point is there is no rational reason to dislike Thomas Massey.
You just helped me phrase it better, Angela. I'm looking for a legitimate rationale.
There
That's
isn't.
what I'm looking for.
There really isn't. People
There
just
isn't
do
one.
shit.
I can't think of one either.
There isn't one.
And certainly, one guy said because he's unwilling to compromise. Excuse me? So you want to promote the idea of compromising with people who want to inflict tyranny? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yes.
It's like there is no room for compromise any. We've gone so far. I use this term, but we've gone so far across the Rubicon that there's no coming back through
Can I
compromise.
go so far across the Rubicon?
There isn't through compromise.
No, not through compromise.
come on,
no,
just let
through
me
decisive action
fucking
there is.
Change folders, you fucking pain in my ass.
On
Yeah.
Thomas Massey, I do have to say one thing. He is a tomato enthusiast.
Por qué?
He a long time ago he had a Twitter thread where he was discussing various tomatoes that he was growing and different types of fertilizers and other techniques he used to grow them.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's weird.
Well, I mean, it's actually pretty important.
Travis,
Yeah.
I have to thank you. You have caused the hackles on the back of my neck to settle down.
Well, I want you. Just think about it for a second, though. Let's think about thinking. Have you ever? I think all of us have tried growing things, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
in the process now.
Think about how much attention that you have to grow something well.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's an involved hobby, especially if you're out there trying to grow specialty vegetables.
Well, right. It's also not like a lot of the fly fishermen they'll tie their own flies,
Mhm.
and that
You should
is
give your own life.
it's a fine, and by fine I mean small and detailed. It's a fine process, but you can finish one in a day and then go about the rest of your business. When it comes to gardening or farming, there is no end of the day, and you can go about your business, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Because you have to think about, okay, if I do this today, how's it going to screw with what I have to do tomorrow, or is it going to be beneficial?
Yes.
There's a lot of things you have to consider.
The point I'm
So it's not like building a model plane,
the point I'm getting at too, when it comes to and go back to his politics and everything else, this is somebody that, I mean, they can sit down and be very, very focused on a subject.
Yes.
And it's kind of why I like Thomas Massey. I mean, even if I disagreed with him on something, which honestly, not very many things I can think of, I know he's thought through them.
Yeah, I still remember
Right.
sharing a video, I think it was on Facebook of his, to where he goes through of why they always try to do for any of the bills that are for paying for stuff. They always want to do them as a mass bill and not individuals, because there's a whole bunch of them that they'll easily pass, and there's no reason not to. It's because they can't get the ones they want to pass, so they hold the others hostage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
They're-
what
they-
they usually do with what's it called? Budgets.
That's it. It's the budget.
Like
meetings.
that's all government shutdowns are. Contract essentially bill negotiations, and they
it's
hold
a
shit
strike,
hostage.
basically.
Yeah. Oh well, we can't get what we want, so let's shut everything down.
Then
You know,
there's
it
the
is what
people.
it is.
There are those who say he gets nothing done. Well, you know what? If you're the one person in Congress who's at near 100% when it comes to the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, of course you're not getting anything done, because everyone else is trying to violate the law of the land.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, complaining that somebody that dislikes big government doesn't get any government done. I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of counterproductive, isn't it?
that's his whole shtick, is that we don't want them to do these things.
Right.
Well, as part of the whole push towards liberty and the fealty to the Constitution and the principles in it and everything, it is more important for everyone in our government to be more focused on not passing bad law than to look at whether there is good law they should be passing.
Mhm.
Oh, plus they should be looking at existing law too, reviewing
Yeah,
it
and
and saying, no, this violates
Yeah.
Articles 2, 4, and 6 of the Bill of Rights. We can't let this go on.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, that would require that they actually understand what the Constitution says, and none of them wants to actually
Like,
learn
Yeah.
that either.
I'd be less pissed
See,
off if
that's why I think we need a constitutional competency test in order to be on a ballot.
I've already stated how I think
Now, I was gonna
candidates should be chosen. So
I'll throw a wrench in this, though.
Okay.
They know fully well how if it works.
Yes.
They just disregard it.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
they know how
agree.
it works. They don't actually. Okay.
They'll pass a competency
They-
test. They
they'll
just will
pass
disregard it.
They don't. Okay.
I don't know. Some of them I don't
disagree.
think.
let her
disagree.
finish.
Let Angela go.
I disagree with you because I've actually spoken to people that are in office, running for office. A lot of them don't know what's in the Constitution. They've just heard what everyone around them says is in the Constitution. And so, like, the whole right to bear arms
Mm-hmm.
thing, they don't realize that there are multiple sections to the Second Amendment to the Constitution. They just know that there's a thing about guns in there and that it says something about militia, and that guy over there with a gun isn't part of a militia.
Well, they also make the
Except
erroneous
that by
assumption
definition
that,
of law, he is.
well, yeah,
I am
exactly, but
aware, but like I said, they don't know everything that it says. They just know that it's there,
they've
and it
also
says
been
something
conned into
about
believe.
guns and a militia. I'm sorry, Mitch, I wasn't
That's
finished.
okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Johnny
Go
said,
ahead.
hell, we have judges that don't know what the 10th Amendment does. You also have to remember, for a lot of judges, they don't have to be lawyers. They can just be appointed.
Yep.
But some of our, say, in Michigan, all judges have to be attorneys first. And we've got terrible judges in Michigan too. So just being a lawyer doesn't make you a good
It doesn't
judge,
qualify.
and not being a lawyer doesn't make you a bad one. You notice that to be a justice on the highest court in the land, it doesn't require you to be a lawyer or to have been a judge in the past. Now, Congress is going to be forceful about that, but the legal qualifications for the job does not require any past.
That's why
judicial
Trump should
role.
appoint me to be the next Supreme Court justice, because I'm going to tell most of them they're fucking retarded. Mostly Ketanji Brown Jackson. Or Jackson Brown, however the fuck her name goes.
Johnny Brown Jackson.
Just,
God,
just
I hate
remember,
her.
just remember.
Is it
when
my
you go-
imagination, or does Brown
Hold on,
Jackson
wait,
sound
wait,
like a dirty
Hold on,
sex
Freddy
move?
was trying to say something.
Just remember, when you tell her that she's retarded, you have to say it very slowly because she's retarded.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm
You,
gonna-
Miss Brown
Yep.
Jackson.
I was about to say, is I'm going to lean into it, mean like, you're retarded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna have
Rotten. Say it in
You're
her
gonna have
native
to dumb
tongue.
it down more, Rotten. This is a legitimate retard you're talking about.
Use
Actually,
diagrams.
those-
Rotten. Use maps and diagrams.
But I'd never
Retards
get-
like maps and diagrams.
I'd
Put it
never
on
get past the
Flannelgram.
freaking questioning with Congress, because someone would be like, can you answer this question? You'd be like, yes. And it's fucking retarded. Sir, you cannot use that language in here. Says what?
Says who? This is America. Freedom of
Damn
speech.
straight.
You're retarded.
Say- Actually, that reply by you is the perfect example of why I'm fit for this role and you're not fit for the chair you're sitting in.
That's right.
Clearly, the emperor has new clothes because you fucks are terrible.
Has no clothes, not new clothes.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, he's got a new
Yeah.
groove.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen that. I haven't read that story in like a trillion years. I know the gist of it.
Apparently not.
You're right. Apparently not. Apparently, Tyr has no clothes.
And
Thank
I'm
God a
I'm
camera's
I'm,
not on.
I'm reaching a point right now where I'm going to maintain that Donald Trump is still a Democrat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Donald
rhino.
Trump is a Democrat of the highest order.
He's a fucking 90s
Mm.
Democrat.
Yeah.
6 of one, half dozen of another. Half a tyranny is still a tyranny.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Even if he were a genuine Republican, half a tyranny is still a tyranny.
Oh, yeah.
They're all full of shit. It's all, as George Carlin said, it's all bullshit and it's bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think they
you're
got rid
not
of
supposed
cursive?
to be eating it?
Why do you think they got rid of cursive? Why do you think they made math stupid?
Yeah.
They don't want an educated population. George
Yeah.
Carlin was right about that too. They don't. They
Oh,
want people to be just smart enough to work the machines, but not smart enough to question anything.
We were just talking about that earlier at my job, right? My coworker asked me for a legitimate reason why we should deal with cursive writing.
Deal with what?
I'm sorry.
Why cursive writing should be taught? I'm like,
Oh.
it's the language of business. Well, it's not on paper. Well, you still have to sign physical documents.
Yep.
You know,
It's not really the language of business, but it has certain things, and among them, it's say if you want to go to the original founding documents of this nation, it's
Most of
how
them
they
in
were
cursive.
written. If you want to
But-
read the original Declaration of Independence, the original Constitution, that's how it was written.
and
And
I was explaining it. Go ahead.
So I'm reminded of that one episode of Sliders where actual possession of the Constitution was banned and punishable, not because it'd been amended or anything, but it was they didn't want people knowing their rights and
It would treat like church
everything.
doctrine.
And it was very much, managed to find one copy still surviving, and all levels of government are out to get you, but once it gets to the people, you can't stop it.
One of the just to go back on that cursive writing, I have a feeling that it's just a theory and an offhand one that our slide into illiteracy and the inability of spelling is because of just in general, not just reading cursive writing, but because again, cursive writing requires a little bit more concentration than print. And I have a feeling the reason why people can't fucking spell is because they're not paying attention. And we could actually teach kids to spell better if we taught them to read to write cursive.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Because here's what happens when you learn standard print, capitals and lowercase. Okay, you have a basic grasp of the language, and you can, if you start reading, and it doesn't matter what you read, just read. It honestly doesn't matter. I mean that for the purpose of growing your comprehension and your literacy and your even your ability to think. Even if all you read is a bunch of communist propaganda, you're still going to be reinforcing that ability to comprehend. And that's why cursive is important too, because when you can present your ideas in two different formats, it gives you a better grasp of the idea. I don't make a list to go take a list with me and consult the list every time I need to think about a thing. I write a list to help me commit something to memory.
Yep, I'm similar.
The act of writing it down actually helps.
So I know a lot of it, and it is partially that
Real
whole
quick,
thing.
Rotten, I want to address something Drunk Duck said. Communist doesn't equal understanding and critical thinking. I'm not talking about a philosophy. I'm talking about the practice of understanding language.
And
even if you read nothing but communist propaganda, it does help you to understand language.
I think people should be.
I'm sorry. Go on.
I think people should be encouraged to read communist propaganda. It's the best way of making an anti-communist.
Yes.
Yep.
And like I said before, too, I'm tired of all these religious people bragging, not religious people, but the braggarts who constantly want to impress. Oh, we talk about the Bible and whatnot around the kitchen table as we eat, and that's actually a good thing. But why aren't you talking about the Bill of Rights too?
Yeah.
Why aren't you talking about the three branches of government and what their responsibilities are? That stuff needs to be talked about as well in the home, because the government school certainly isn't going to teach that to your kid.
Teaching.
What's that, Angela?
This goes kind of to something that's happening in real life, and in my nephew goes to my high school,
Okay.
and he's had 3 different government teachers this
Yeah.
semester, because the first one was like suspended, I guess we'll say. And from what my nephew has said, basically the teacher got suspended for telling a student that they didn't already know everything, and not in so many words telling them that they were talking out their ass.
Called him a dumbass. You don't know shit.
He did, like I said, she did not use those words, but basically that's what they came down to. And
I
the
like this shit already.
student's parent lodged a complaint,
Oh, of
and
course.
Get that
so
bitch.
she's been suspended since the beginning of the semester. I think it was like a week into the semester that
See,
the teacher got suspended.
I think they discovered that by coddling morons in school, you can wind up lowering the general IQ. I think they figured
They
that out.
did.
Yeah.
Look, if you want another prime example, all the zero tolerance policies.
That's why I was going to get into the whole thing of back before they had the Board of Education. One of the bigger things they did was once you got into high school, you had the several different classes that would, teach you how to be a person. You had to go to a shop class to at least learn a little bit about that. You had to go to an automotive class to at least learn a little bit about that. You had to go to learn to budget. You had to kind of learn to cook. And they got rid of all of that once they got the Board of Education and started going to standardized testing. And then you had all the fucking dumbass moms and some dads that were like, well, my baby can't have that. If you do that, you'll hurt his feelings if he gets left behind. It's not my fault he's a fucking idiot. You're just as much to blame.
Look,
If not more so.
Yeah.
I've always said this. You look. There is going to be Elons and there are going to be Pookies. Not everybody's going to be a fucking Elon. Not everybody's going to be a Pookie. But you
The
need your
hell's a
Pookies
Pookie?
to flip the burgers.
What the hell's a
You
Pookie?
need a Pookie. What is the one of the dumbest fucking black nicknames you ever fucking heard?
Shaniqua. No.
Here.
We were both at this.
Go to hell, both of you.
Pookie. Here's the deal. If you
Tyrone.
can't read, you can't function in
That's a
society.
name, not a nickname.
There was a video, and I'll
Gonna give me
find
something
it.
to drink, but I'm listening.
There was a video that I that's on Twitter, and it was a guy that asked for change for a $50 bill,
Oh God.
and the guy, the
Oh,
cashier
no.
gave him a $20 bill, 2 10s, and 2 5s. And the guy was freaking out because where's my other 20?
What?
And he was just counting out, kept counting. It's like 20, 30, 40, 50. But there should be another 20 here.
No.
Tragic. Here's my question for you on that.
Mm.
Do you think the guy's an idiot, or do you think he was trying to pull a scam?
No, this guy was a flat out idiot because
Yeah, I've seen the video.
I worked at
Yeah,
Because like when he counts it out for the guy, he's still baffled of like he just doesn't understand the addition to that. You can see it on his face. He's
It's like
Well,
2
yeah,
10s
but I've
equals
seen-
20.
I've worked that kind of job, and I've seen people who are really good at playing stupid to try to con you out of cash. Never worked on me.
if this is playing stupid, this guy could have won an Oscar because
yeah.
there wasn't anything behind those eyes.
Plus, we're on YouTube, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Okay, I can't say this the way I want to say it. We'll say it this way. There are certain cultural promotions. We promote certain types of culture in this country.
Yeah.
And those cultures are detrimental, or those okay, one I can talk about is weed culture. Okay, I'm not talking about marijuana use. I'm talking about weed culture.
Yeah.
I'm talking about morons that giggle when the numbers 4, 2, and 0 come up.
They make marijuana.
I'm talking about
personality.
people who think that marijuana is a lifestyle choice. These people are detrimental to society overall because they're not thinking well. And they think that the world is entitled to or required to give them a help me out here, a high, basically. No, the people who are using it for glaucoma and for cancer, and I have no issue with any of that. I don't even have issue with people who want to come home from work, smoke a joint, and get high. I take no issue with any of that. What I take issue with is the self-righteous justifications of it. Oh, the Constitution was written on hemp. No, it was drafted on hemp once. Or we're trying to outlaw.
Ultimately, it was written on the parchment, which is not a 420 product.
In any case, it doesn't matter. They keep using these justifications, and I'm just like, dude, just say you want to get high. There's nothing wrong with that. I like to drink a lot of coffee. All right? There's nothing wrong with it. Some people like to drink a lot of alcohol. The only time I ever take issue with any of this stuff, ooh, there we go. Drunk Doc says, not thinking well, quoting me, do you mean incapable of in-depth thought or ongoing self-reflection? Kind of both. They're incapable of thinking something through to the logical conclusion. For example, again, this was a cultural thing when gay marriage was a thing that was getting voted on, and they kept saying something about gay marriage rights, and it's like, no, it's not gay marriage rights. It's just marriage rights. The question isn't what, and this is what I mean. They didn't think in these terms. If they did, they'd have more people on their side. But they never spoke or presented their idea in these terms. It's not a question of a gay marriage amendment or a gay marriage law, or take the gay out of the equation. It's a marriage thing. The question isn't whether or not gay people should get married. The question is whether or not the government has constitutional authority to inject itself into an arrangement between individuals where no crime has been committed and where there is no dispute.
Yes. If you willingly enter a contract with somebody that, because all marriage is, in a legal sense, is we agree to share assets and debts.
Yes.
We agree to pool. It is literally a contract between two willing adults to say, hey, we're pooling our resources.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Which is also where the government has no grounds to define no-fault divorce, because they're taking and saying, hey, we're going to come in and we're going to supersede your legal contract and tell you can, spike it without breach.
Where's the bold take, Drunk Talk? I'm curious. Drunk Doc. Jesus, I can't word. I don't think it's a bold take, to be honest.
He said taking the gay out of marriage.
No, I don't mean take the gay out of marriage. I mean take the gay part of the legislation out of the equation. It doesn't belong, because it shouldn't even be a law in the first place. I think it's not a question of adding a law. I think it's a question of removing a law.
It's take the gay verbiage out of the discussion.
Yes.
And start looking at, does the government have any role in this contractual agreement in the first place beyond
No,
Like I
Rob,
said,
I
one,
didn't
we're
agree
no,
to it.
we're no
outlawing
primates. Oh, okay.
outside
Okay,
of
I'm with
one,
you, Doctor.
outlawing fraud,
Oh,
and
Yeah.
two, establishing a framework for civil redress of any penalties for breach of the contract.
Right. If the contract is going to be nullified by the parties involved and they can't come to an agreement on how to divide assets or responsibilities, et cetera, and they find themselves in conflict, then yeah, it makes sense for the government to step in as a neutral body to interrogate the facts and come to a fair conclusion.
yes.
But that's it. There's no reason to license marriage. There's no legitimate reason for government to license marriage.
Yeah.
They don't have the authority.
Even with that, marriage is a religious
Mm-mm.
agreement.
Oh,
The-
no,
the-
no.
We're talking law here, Tier.
Well, again, the concept of the ceremony and whatnot is the religious part. The agreeing to share
We're not
assets is
talking.
No, Tier,
Not talking about a wedding.
the religious aspects are up to the individuals involved in the contract. Because the Jewish
Mitch,
marriage is
turning
going to be
around-
different from a Catholic marriage, is going to be different from other kinds of marriages.
Mitch, if me and
What
you agree
you're
to share,
what you're doing, Tier, is exactly what is making it a
What I-
legal argument that becomes more than marriage itself.
hold on, Angela.
You're appealing to an
Wait a
extra-legal
minute.
matter.
Wait. If me and Mitch decide today or tomorrow to agree to share assets, we agree to get into the contract and we write the contract out. In theory, we don't have to be legally married to do that. There's no binding ceremony. Again, long as there's this is the exit clause. Like these are the penalties for leaving early. It could be for a term of 5. It could be term of life. We could agree to share assets for the rest of our existence. In theory, we are married without the marriage part. The marriage itself is the religious aspect. We are standing before our God.
Are you talking about a ceremony or the combining
concept,
of two separate things? In this case, people.
I'm separating the legal aspect, which is the contract, from the quote unquote marriage.
This entire
Again.
conversation has been that, Tier. You're the only person that hasn't realized that.
Jesus fucking Christ, Angela. How are you doing this shit to me?
The religious aspects don't come into it because government has no authority per the First Amendment respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof.
What
So
kind of
marriage-
religious aspects
Marriage
they've got
as
no
a
role.
religious function does not
hold on.
apply in this context.
Then it shouldn't be framed as gay marriage or any marriage in general shouldn't be framed as like from the legal standpoint as marriage. Government is interrupting contract law. It's interfering with our contracts. Excuse me.
Y'all are basically saying the same thing, just different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I thought
You're
I was
complicated.
No,
But-
all
I'm
of
always
us
complicating
say-
shit.
all of us but Tier are saying the same thing in different ways. Tier is adding a lot of
Extra
not
words.
Always
applicable
complicating
extras.
shit.
All I have to say
When-
about marriage licenses that they should expire like fishing licenses every 5 years,
Why is
and you should have
fishing-
to renew them.
why is your right to gather food a domain of government?
I don't know.
Wildlife conservation.
These are literally, a friend of mine has been posting things that I have been saying since the dawn of my
Angela.
political awakening, which is that suddenly Our government is requiring us to get licenses for things that have never required a license until they decided to stick their nose in it.
Right. No one is. That's the thing. We now have a generation that's grown up without a true intellectual analysis of the Bill of Rights, the U.S. Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, et cetera, et cetera. And when people like that get into government, they cease to ask questions like, do we have authority to do this? They just assume they do. And because the population is likewise ignorant and shallow in their thinking, they don't ask either.
That's like the very first part of every bill in Congress. Just before the part where they talk about we propose that this bill replaces these laws here to no longer be in effect and enforced, is here is in the Constitution article, paragraph, line that gives us the authority to actually write this specific law, gives us the authority over this the jurisdiction over this particular matter, and the power to regulate on this, and not like some penumbra thing. Explicit,
and look
Yeah,
at
it
it.
has to be explicit.
not
For
not
example,
squint
you
your
know
eyes,
how
turn
many-
it sideways.
You know how many things the Commerce Clause is used to justify?
Way too many.
Fucking
Everything
shit.
that doesn't give them authority to actually
For example, yeah. Drunk Doc says shallow in their thinking is a very kind way of saying the window-licking troglodytes have taken over the government.
I'll still say
It's one way of saying that,
yeah.
yes. But there are also
Yeah.
in government there are also villains.
Yes.
yeah,
And
there
my
are
standing
power
rule
hungry
is never
tyrants.
underestimate the villainy of villains.
I still say for one of the things for marriage when it comes to government that should have never existed, that has existed, I want to say, in some states before any of us were born, and that is common law marriage. That is fucking bullshit. Just because you live.
Anything without a contract.
Well, hold on.
Hold on, Tier.
All right,
Let me
wait a minute.
fucking finish, considering the fact I've been quiet. And that's the fact that just because you live with someone for so long, all of a sudden the government can say, nope, because you've lived with this person of typically the opposite sex for this long, you're common law married. Well, if I live with my homie who's the same, who is in that whole thing be of the same sex for fucking 12 years, you don't consider us common law marriage where it actually benefit us the most.
Right.
All right, there is a caveat there. There is literally a caveat. Like, it isn't co-sanguination. Can I co-sanguinate? What is the goddamn term?
Cohabitation.
Co-segmentation.
No.
No, he's not talking.
Cohabitation.
He's talking about commingling,
Yeah,
He's
you
talking
aren't
about sharing
fucking.
blood.
commingling of assets.
You guys aren't fucking. All right, let's be honest. So my grandparents were common law married. Like they had lived together for ages, had children. They were all but married. She depended on his assets because she was his wife.
It
And-
doesn't
and
matter.
hold on,
The government
hold on.
shouldn't be able to at that point just say, no, we're going to charge
But
you as if you're married.
But that's also a protection for her.
Yes. Back in the day, it was a protection. Nowadays, it's not.
Nowadays, there are still plenty of people who can't afford to actually get married
Well, let's examine this.
that are relying on that protection. Sorry, Mitch.
Let's use Tier's grandparents as an example. Did they get divorced? Did
No.
they separate? Did they
No,
leave each other?
no. Well, yes.
Then why
he
do they
died-
need?
She
then
died.
why was there? Wait. Well, no. Death doesn't. It doesn't count because
Didn't know.
because that's uncontrollable. People are going to die. It's just a reality. So if they didn't dissolve their union, as it were, why does the government have any authority to label it in any case? Just in case? No, we don't do just in case laws in this country. We don't. Might is not a legal authorization for anything.
It wasn't a just in case. They were married in every other way. They were together in a hold on. They were together in every other sense of the word. Children.
Not denying that.
She shared his asset. She depended on it. She kept the house while he worked. It was her protection just as much as it was his.
So questions here.
Um,
Why didn't they just get married?
I don't fucking
that's not
know.
the
I was a kid.
no.
Wait. Okay, Angela, you go, then I'll go. How's that?
That's actually kind of what I was talking about the stuff that the government is requiring licenses for. Technically, your grandparents should have just been able to say, "Oh, we're married," and they were married. There shouldn't be a law saying, and for a long time there wasn't a law saying that somebody had to turn around and tell you that you were married, unless you were a part of a church. The church could determine that you were not married in the sight of what they determined God to be. But nobody could turn around and tell you that you were not married because you didn't have a paper from the government saying that you were married. And they should not have that ability.
Tell me when, Angela.
Go, Mitch.
Okay. Since there was no dispute and no separation here between your grandparents, the government has no authority to interject, is my point. They can say they're married. It's up to them to determine what the tiers of that union, what the tiers? No, what the terms of that contract are and how they're presented to each other.
It allows him to file as
how can you what?
It allowed him to file as married and had her as a dependent.
Hold on. What authority does the U.S. government have to give tax benefits or penalties to married people? There we go.
I say common law marriage is yeah. This is the agree to disagree.
It doesn't. My point being, Tier, it doesn't matter until it does. By that I mean until such time as your grandparents decided to dissolve their relationship. If they were not able to do it amicably between themselves, then a neutral third party should get involved and try to figure out what is fair. That could be government. It could be anyone, really. It could be anyone they agreed to. Sometimes that would be government. Sometimes it would be the church. Sometimes it would be Skip down the block. Although why you'd want a guy named Skip involved in something like that, I couldn't tell you. I'll tell you this. If Hitler's first name had been Skip, he never would have gotten as far as he did.
I don't know. I think people would still follow Skip Hitler.
I would have skipped Hitler.
2 or 3.
I mean, what is the German version of Skip?
Exactly. The government gives themselves the right.
No, he wouldn't.
But they don't have the authority to do that either.
He wouldn't have been Skip Hitler. He'd have been Adolf Skipler.
That's terrible. My inside cringe. Oh God.
You're welcome.
My inside do not thank you.
Like George Carlin said, Pope Corky the First doesn't command a lot of authority.
I don't know. It kind of does. I'm just saying.
Okay, what? Let's go. Just a weird tangent. What name is Skip short for? Why would somebody be called Skip? Is it really somebody out there just legally named Skip? They were sitting there.
Yes.
I think Skip is actually short for Skippy.
It's
Although
have
you would
been-
usually
name someone Skippy.
actually it's a naval term. So it's more of a nickname or a title for the shortening of calling typically the captain skipper. If memory serves
Yeah.
me correctly.
So you're just calling him captain without calling him captain.
Exactly.
There's also oh shit, I lost it. Skippy's evil twin, Jiff.
Yep.
No,
Skipper. Oh no! Hold on. The name Skip is commonly short for skipper, which is derived from the Dutch word schipper, which means ship captain. Schipper. Additionally, Skip is also short for a diminutive form, a diminutive for the names like Christopher or Richard. So like Dick.
I'd rather be called Dick than Skip.
Yeah, just like Dick. I don't know how you get Skip or Dick from Richard. I really don't.
I mean,
Oh, you get
I'll
Dick from
want-
Richard
I mean,
by asking nicely.
Nice.
I've
Go
had
ahead.
lots
Well, I
of
mean,
people call
you
me-
can get Dick from Richard by
Asking
going
nicely?
on dates and marrying him too.
Why
Yeah,
is Dick?
it depends on his persuasions
But
and everything. But
Tragic, you were trying to
I
say
feel
something?
like I just had an Alf moment.
I was just that I'm already used to people calling me Dick, but
Oh,
So-
okay. I get it. I get it. All right. So Dick becomes a nickname for Richard through the medieval rhyming and phonic tradition of evolving. It is the naked name for Rich. So
Hey,
Rick,
Mr. Scott.
Richard, Dick. I got it.
Okay.
Hey, what's
Drunk
up,
Doc
Mr.
has
Scott?
some things to say in the chat that I want to address. However, the general populace is too dopamine fried to do such until
Yep.
the Rubicon has been crossed, bred in circuses and whatnot. It's true.
Mhm.
The government, half of what they do to distract us.
Yeah.
And this really is the absolute beauty of the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights, they argued over back and forth for years by mail, snail mail even, less than snail mail because there was no air travel and no electric motor. Or I'm sorry,
Pony
electric motor, Jesus
Express.
Christ. Internal combustion engine. There was no way to
A
do
lot
this
of
stuff
horses.
quickly. It had to go slowly from place to place until they could gather and debate it amongst themselves. They wrote letters back and forth saying, "How about this? Want to try this?" And no, this is fucked up, man. You can't say that. What if we put it this way? No, we can't do that. Fuck that. So they fucking engage in all that debate and discussion and everything going back and forth, and until they could agree on this exact phrasing for the Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
So by the time in 1781, I want to say, I'm probably wrong. By the time the Bill of Rights was ratified, they had spent years going back and forth and making sure everything was just so. And the absolute beauty of all that is what came out of that process was really quite clear and concise. Do I remember every word of it? No, I never will. I have to keep a copy handy in case I want to really quote is the Second Amendment, and I still refer to it on screen or on a piece of paper so that I make sure I quote it properly.
Mhm.
That's
wanna
the beauty of the
wanna
Bill of Rights. It's so easy, such an easy bit of reference material, but no one fucking uses it as that.
Oh, it
When
falls
they
in.
when the government or anyone really starts telling you how we should do this and we should do that, the only thing we should reference is the Bill of Rights. It's an easy reference to use. And if everything they're proposing aligns with it, okay, that's 1 point in your favor.
Well, I can't say it's all of it. I do know that one of the things that has happened, and it started way back the day, was just that whole thing of like, well, we can't sit here and just try to iron out to try to make it perfect. We have to do something now. And it's like, no, the fuck you don't.
Yeah, it's a,
Bad
there's
action
nothing.
Inaction is exponentially better than bad action.
Yes.
Yeah. There is nothing that is
COVID.
so urgent that it requires a immediate, thoughtless, undebated action. It requires to, really think it out, really talk it out, go through the pros and cons of everything. If the person, okay, one thing that works, one thing that's good in our system is the two sides really don't like each other and they argue about it most of the time. The thing that doesn't work is they don't listen to each other when they're arguing.
Yep.
You get the, actually, don't just say, I hate this person, etc., etc. Do the, okay, they have a disagreement. Is this
The new
actually
draft
something
system
to be, let's look at what the whole disagreement thing is. Let's look at the pieces, the ins and outs. What can we make of this? Is there actually, hey, there's bad here, there's good here. How can we rework this to be better? No, they don't do
They don't do the diligence.
they don't do the diligence. It's the essentially it's the orange man bad thing. I hate it because this person likes it. I hate it because it goes against my basic preferences and everything, my ideology. Well, wait a moment. Why don't you take a look at it and see what in and out of that has merit? It doesn't lack merit just because you don't like it. And
Or because it hurts your
We
feelings.
have
With
to
very-
interrogate ideas.
with very few exceptions, I would say it doesn't merit as lacking merit because a person doesn't like it. If I come out of something and I drop an idea out there and the first thing the first reply that comes, Mitch says, I don't like it. It promotes tyranny in this way. The argument, that argument probably has some merit, or at least tells me that I did a really sucky job of presenting my idea.
Not even really
And we need to
sucky.
talk about it.
It doesn't mean that your idea would be sucky. It might mean that you didn't examine it as thoroughly as you thought you did, but that doesn't mean it's sucky.
Well, no,
Or
I
you
mean,
No,
just
he
it
said he
means,
have all the
presented
information
it
when
it
you make the
badly.
idea.
say, Mitch, at the very least, it means that no matter how good, well, it means that if my idea has some merits to it, I did a piss poor job of explaining it. But it also means automatically I should be re-examining the idea because either I didn't present it well or it's got some serious work that needs to be done.
Right. It's like
You know,
with anything. An idea that goes unchallenged cannot grow.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
but it
well,
is
go ahead, Angela.
at least you are someone who can look at and say, okay, my argument did not land. Maybe I should look at the argument itself and see whether or not it's sound. Most people today are refusing to acknowledge that maybe they could possibly make a non-sound argument. They can't fathom that their holy ground is something that shouldn't be walked on.
Well, yes, but it's even worse than that because not only do they not get the maybe I've made an unsound argument, they can't even get to the maybe I've made a sound argument, got a sound idea, but presented things so poorly that I didn't communicate clearly the intent, the meaning and everything myself. And of course we get hurt on this by the whole dumbing down of language part too, because people were deliberately trying to lose a significant portion of the language. It's that whole you can't commit certain violations against the state involving words and thinking if you can't think, if you don't have the words to do the thinking.
Hmm.
I mean, that's like part of the discussion to go kind of still on topic, but a little bit off topic, but to kind of go with it. Dad and I had a discussion yesterday. I can't remember what we're let into it, but I brought up the whole thing that's like, I can't get behind Black Lives Matter, but when I think about it logically, I also can't get behind the thought process of all lives matter, because I do believe that there are some people that just deserve to die.
Well, yeah, but what you have to balance that in is if you're crossing the line to this person deserves to die, that is a judgment based on their actions and the content of their character, things that they have done. You don't just have an arbitrary walking down the street and I don't like the way person X looks or the way person Y is different from me.
Yeah.
Their life doesn't matter. They deserve to die. No, it's hey, this person has done this.
I'm a judge case by case.
Oh, that is the thing, but it does fall into the whole
it's
thing.
the actions, the content of the character.
If you look at it,
I don't care if it looks
for the way a lot of them portrayed it, who were saying like the all lives matter or the Black Lives Matter thing, is they were trying to either include everyone or just include black people, which would still technically include those who like commit heinous acts. I know it's supposed to be insinuated of the exception to it, but the way they went about it, I just can't. It's the way they portrayed it. I couldn't get behind it.
Yeah, and
the way I look at that. I said the way I've always interpreted all lives matter, at least from my understanding, is that life in general fucking matters. It doesn't matter who you are. You are worthy of life until you don't. You stop being worthy of that life. Until you do something so fucking heinous that we got to expedite your meeting with God. Like we need to get you the fuck out. Like some people need to be banished back to the circle of fucking hell they escape from.
I agree.
I was just discounted both of them as just silly phrases.
Yeah. But then he goes, so what would? But his whole thing was, okay, so what would you go with after that? And I was honest with it instead of saying the whole thing of like, oh, it should just be like some lives matter. It's like, you know what? I don't know. And I kind of paraphrased into, I just don't use those statements. I do believe life should be held sacred as long as, they're living through their freedoms that we're obviously supposed to have, while not infringing on or infringing on others' freedom or imposing tyranny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you just get to and say, instead of going all this or just say life matters.
Yep.
And if you want to make it so, you can certainly make it so that your specific life doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I would still argue, it does matter. But what matters most about
what I was trying to get into was
not
having the argument over the phrases themselves, was the fact that at least I was able to admit I don't have the whole thing sorted out, and I was willing to accept someone challenging it to further along so I can better shape what I'm trying to say. Which is what Mitch was saying about Will. He put up
what I was saying about Will.
Angela said about Will. And I think Will said about himself.
I don't know. Will says a lot of things.
So do you, Tyr.
Well, I'm very good at saying a lot of things, and gets really annoying because most of the time I'm right, but I'm also frequently very no, but I'm also frequently very, very bad at communicating my meaning and intention.
Oh yes,
So
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
My issue
Well,
is
you're one of the most humblest people I know.
my bigger issue is usually in person. I will sound
yeah, I certainly
angrier
wouldn't go
and
there.
meaner than I mean to because I have that like resting dude bitch face.
I just have to counter this. I am the greatest person at being humble.
You are tragic. You are one of the most humblest people I know. You are.
I
So
was gonna
humble.
say the humblest of the humble.
I am so humble. I am
the best at the
greatest.
humble.
I am the greatest at being humble.
Oh no.
People often
You have-
say,
that no
People
one is more
compliment
humble
me
than
on my
me.
humble.
My humility. Man, you are evil. Motherfucker, stop biting my ass, you motherfucker. Piece of shit.
And I'm
Usually
gonna
people pay
step
extra for
back a
that.
couple of comments. I would be absolutely great with bread and circuses because at the moment they are basically giving us crackers and a mime. They're not even trying anymore.
No kidding.
Crackers and a mime.
We don't even get the mime anymore. It's like look at that plastic bag in the wind.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I would really rather have a mime at this point. At least then I don't have to listen to the stupid shit.
Just sitting there on the
No,
court.
they're playing themselves up like kabuki whores. Just get the whole fucking theater.
It's just like sitting on the corner and you're looking at the guy that's just out there, just kind of moving around in a weird way, and you're just trying to figure out if it's Tai Chi or fentanyl.
No, it's fentanyl.
yes,
depends on-
the answer to that these days is both.
It's yes.
It depends on what side of town you're in.
Like, all right.
Well,
so,
the fentanyl leads to involuntary Tai Chi.
he's achieving oneness with his spirit.
You alright, Mitch?
Yeah, just wheezing.
Okay, it sounded more like growling. That's why I asked.
No. I wish.
Now did and Mitch is out there
okay,
firing
Mr.
off another tweet on his Underwood.
What?
Oh, your keyboard is very loud, and
Oh yes.
I keep making a joke that you're actually using an Underwood typewriter.
I wish.
Makers
Because then I could be really
of
obnoxious.
Cheez-Its.
Oh well, I mean, if we're going to be obnoxious,
Okay.
Hey,
Hold
if I
on.
can be obnoxious, let me
stand by.
Oh no, fucking Trad's gonna get his abacus. But you don't know, Trad, not the abacus. Don't bring out the abacus.
Travis has
I
an
don't-
abacus?
Travis has all kinds of old timey
I think
machines.
so.
Here, dumb ass.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
There we go.
he even went through and calculated on his abacus.
I would not, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Tragic actually had a fucking abacus. It sounds like a very tragic thing to have.
I don't have an abacus, but I do have a slide rule in my desk.
I used to have both an abacus and a slide rule, and then I had a house fire.
see what I'm
What-
doing.
Good.
Yeah, I brought up that Massey issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote on Twitter in response to another, X, another TwitX user who was talking about the issue. I said, I'm still waiting to hear a legitimate rationale for being against Massey. And someone just responded to me with, he's a libtard who loves open borders and he votes with Democrats 100% of the time. He killed his wife so he could abuse some poor woman who didn't have the strength to come forward until a week before the election, poor flower.
Or
And
flower.
my response there is simply present your evidence.
Wait.
Like I said, that was like
Poor
some
flower.
of those things actually cross the line of defamation per se.
Well, libel
And,
actually, because it's in print. But yeah,
How did he?
well, it's libel rather than slander, but it's they're both defamation.
well, that's true. Yeah,
And defamation per se, you don't have to prove actual malice. You just have to
No.
demonstrate that the false statement was made and that it say you don't even have to prove that it harmed your reputation because it's baked into the cake that those particular defamatory statements by their very nature harm your reputation. So the only thing is just like it's got to be a false statement at that point.
Yep.
It's why you can be very careful about saying that somebody, is a child molester, for instance, because this falls in the category of if it's false, it falls in the category of defamation per se. They don't have to prove any harm beyond the fact that you told the lie.
yep.
See, the thing
It
is,
doesn't matter how public.
This person could be just twisting the nipple, as it were.
most people are.
Trolling, but not trolling me, but trolling the people who are against Massey.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
see what I
just
mean.
like, if you give me
If this user is being ironic, I'm not saying it.
if you give me evidence, I may change my mind.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking for evidence.
well, one of the things that they brought up, and it's like he is that he
Yep, we
asked
lost
for.
Tier.
Somebody said that he asked for degenerate sexual things, and I'm like, okay, number one, I mean, the bar for degenerate is kind of low now, and
Well,
number two,
then you're like dealing with Congress, and if you're most politicians in general, that's just like a resume booster.
I mean,
I'm just-
I kind of want to know now what were they? I'm like,
honestly, I'm just two things. What business is it of ours what he likes in the bedroom? And two, oh, what the hell was the second thing? Proof or admit defamation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more curious out of like, what because somebody says like, oh, this is degenerate, and I'm like, wait a minute.
According to who?
I kind of get into that.
Yeah, the thing with tragic is it's actually is the prurient interest thing.
Right.
That's not.
But to continue with what Angela was saying, that's why I have a bog standard 3-word response to a lot of these people. Present your evidence. That's all I'm asking. Present your evidence. If you come at me with, oh, educate yourself, like, so you don't have evidence, so you don't have evidence. You can look it up for yourself, so you don't have evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trapping them a little bit. I'm setting a trap of sorts. But I think it's a good trap. I think it does its job really well. I think it's better than getting into a long diatribe of defending a position that I'm not even claiming to take.
And they're walking right into that trap for certain.
A lot of them do, yeah.
Say I will do say I will do one thing, whereas, you know, what they do in the bedroom or their bedroom proclivities are the business of the people, and it falls under two categories, and both are unlawful harm to others. One, if you're dealing with non-consensual stuff. Two, if you're dealing with people who can't legally give consent, which also falls
I-
into the one, but it incorporates like minors,
Mental
You're
defectives,
not-
etc.
You're not talking about what two adults do in the bedroom. You're talking about
Yeah, I'm
crime.
not talking about. Yeah, I'm
You're
not talking
talking
about
about
two
crime.
consenting
I'm
adults.
not talking about crime, Will.
Right. None, yeah, we're not. But it's fair for him to bring that up so we have the distinction. And so everyone knows when we're talking about this, we are making a distinction between crime and legitimate hunka chunka.
He's like, he makes me dress up like the genie and call him master. I'm like, that might be
That
something.
would be fun.
That'd be fine with me. I'm like, that actually sounds like fun. He's a man of quality, I see.
Right?
It's like, unless he beats you for not doing it.
I
Which
mean,
then falls into
considering
a
There's
crime.
people into that too.
Again, we're talking the non-consensual portion of it. So it's like, as long as it's
Right.
consenting, it's like they're consenting into it, and consenting adults. Do your freak, man.
But yeah, that's one of the things I heard that on the radio. They were talking about Thomas Massey was degenerate sex acts. I'm like, oh bullshit. Seriously.
Okay, yeah, tell me more. Need some additional information for research purposes, and as Mitch says, present your evidence.
Going on the internet, Thomas Massey FetLife. It's interesting, the two people that giggled on that one.
We'll need you to
I
explain.
think all of us giggled on that one. I just wasn't as audible.
No, because I will need explanation after stream.
I could give the explanation of the stream right now. I mean, it's not that bad.
Okay.
Now, FetLife is just it's a social media group for people of various fetishes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
fetish
Never
life.
mind.
Kind
Well,
of
that's
figured
basically
that's
it.
what it was.
I
Yeah,
did
somebody's-
not.
I've heard the expression "FetLife" before, and
It's like
it's fucking amusing.
it's like Facebook for perverts, but
People.
For people who like to dress up in leather Girl Scout costumes and beat each other over the head with wooden mallets.
I don't like the term pervert.
I just wanted. I couldn't think of a better term. Fetishist. I mean, if you have a fetish, you could go on to FetLife, set up an account, and there are groups upon groups upon groups of people in your town who have the same fetish.
I prefer the term non-vanilla.
I mean,
That's
I am-
so soft. It's soft language.
It's
Yes,
bland.
but
It is
Sometimes
itself
you just wanna
vanilla.
watch a horny movie.
what?
Sometimes you just want to watch a horny movie.
Yes.
I mean, there's somebody.
You don't want to engage in nocturnal emissions.
I mean,
You want to get off. I think part of our problem in this country is that we keep softening the language to the point where ideas become unrecognizable.
Yeah.
That's why I want a shirt that says "People like to fuck."
Yes.
and if you like to fuck in weird ways, you get FetLife.
I really should market that shirt, shouldn't I?
Yes, you should.
You should set up the Mitch Nebo merch shop.
I will get it. I will get it when I have money for it.
Well, it's 4 words. People like to fuck. It's a very concise thing, but it's such a multi functional thing as far as a message. It's a freedom of speech thing for one. It's a objective fact for another. It's a funny statement as well. I mean, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's surprisingly layered as a statement. Wonder what happened to Tier.
I think his internet dropped because I sent him a message
think
being like,
so,
"You good?"
yeah.
and haven't heard anything back.
Checking other, yeah.
He's over there
That's what I'm
checking his
thinking.
pet life.
But I was
Good
scrolling
people
Twitter a
outside.
bit and came across this one, and I could not help but go, "What?" for part of it, because it goes, 3 thieves attempting to break into a home in Florida were shot with fire from an AK-47 caliber weapon that is a Kalashnikov brand by the homeowner. Police announced that under Florida law, no charges be brought up against the homeowner. And it's like,
Good.
AK-47
Hi,
isn't a
Badger.
caliber.
That's right. Hey, great, Badger.
Nor is it were shot with fire.
Yeah.
It was lead and copper.
Unless you get Dragon's Breath rounds, which then you're talking shotguns. I'm not aware of those for AKs.
They probably
I
do,
mean, I
'cause
suppose if they did
they have 9 mils.
incendiary round.
Yeah, they have 9 mil Dragon's Breath.
Okay.
See, this is the thing. This is a great example. This homeowner shooting these motherfuckers. Tyranny is not going to be stopped by government. It won't necessarily be promoted by it. Currently it is at almost every turn. But it certainly will never be stopped by government. Tyranny can only ever be stopped by the people. And this
Unfortunately,
man,
the people
this
have to
homeowner-
know.
This homeowner just gave us one example of how that's done.
This homeowner does not suffer tyrants lightly.
There's a large guy at Tractor Supply.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
apparently
apparently
had to run
someone
it
beat
for
you
me.
to it for the shirt, Mitch.
Yeah.
The people love to.
Clowns
except
out
for-
there doing the market research
Yeah,
for
except
us.
for on that one, he just Mitch's was people love to fuck, not I love to fuck people.
No,
And I fuck
mine was people like to fuck.
Yeah, people like to fuck.
You know,
The ones that he
both
found
shirts
on
are great.
Amazon were I love to fuck people and I fuck people.
I mean, it's a subtle difference, but yeah.
I kind of hope you. it's
A
like, I
really
like to
sad
fuck
thing
people.
is that you have to get a T-shirt that declares that. That used to be the only answer to what you fuck.
Yes, that's what I was getting at. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, there's some people out there, you know.
Of course, I
I
can always
know,
have a
that's
shirt. I can
why-
always have a shirt that says "People like to fuck." Then there are white chicks.
Oh, ow.
Really, ow! I am
Stay away from my
That-
golden retriever.
I
Yeah.
am said demographic, and I'm not interested in your golden retriever. Thank you.
Well, I mean, you could always go with the shirt that it says
Tibetan Mastiff. Oh, sorry.
children left in the dark make mistakes. Mistakes made in the dark make children.
It's like like a couple weeks ago, I was on one of the other shows, and I was telling
I didn't have fun by a fuck.
I was telling Batman about the bombing raids on Falklands, which I'm surprised he didn't know about. I was about to tell him, it's like, if you want to know more about him, you need to just Google Black Buck raids, but make sure you put raids at the end of that. If you just Google Black Buck, you're going to get into a whole lot different websites.
Badger, I want a shirt that
Sure.
says those are awfully strong words for someone who doesn't own a flamethrower.
Exactly. I love that.
Nice.
Say,
It's like the Jimmy Carr once made a joke on a panel show where he was. I forget what they were discussing, but he said one time, I became quite what's the word? It's like when you go down rabbit holes, but it's like quite interested in the fact that the German people tend to be incredibly fastidious. However, I realized my error almost instantly when I went to the internet and looked up German anal.
Why would you do that?
Because you hate
Oh.
yourself.
Even I know better than that.
It was like when my grandma was trying to search for cream pie recipes.
No.
You have to put cream pie recipes.
Let's you just
Save
turn in
on-
safe search. Safe search is your friend for that. Yeah. I was gonna tell Rotten first one. The bumper sticker I saw is don't drink in park, accidents cause people.
Mm. Now, what was just but we were talking when I heard that last week about Tom Massey, I'm like, well, fucking bullshit. I mean, and
But that-
weird.
Mm,
It's weird that it just comes out right before his.
Oh, right before the primary.
that's words. That's the reason that it came out. It's like my
Oh, yeah.
my roommate refuses to talk politics with me. So she turns around and we're sitting in the living room and she's like, I want to ask you about something and it is very dangerously touching on the political, but I'm really curious what you think. And she asked me about the release of the Alien files. And I told her it's a distraction. Something is happening right now that the government does not want you to see. So they're releasing that so that you won't notice the thing that they're hiding.
Yeah, doesn't want you to see, doesn't want you to think about, doesn't want you to talk about. So
It's like
hello
when
distraction.
things like get dropped, you want to look and see what laws are coming up for vote, who is potentially running for office that they don't want you to vote for.
What investigations have just dropped?
Well, no, the investigations dropping is the distraction.
Well, I mean, it depends.
Like in
on,
the case we're talking about Massey. They're trying to distract you from what Massey actually does by saying that he potentially did this thing. And if Massey doesn't get elected, it'll disappear in a week.
Right. And I was talking about things like dropping Epstein files.
Yeah, I'm
somebody
trying
just
to
get,
That's what I told her, is that it's probably a distraction from the Epstein files, or there's a law that's on the books or potentially on the docket that they don't want you to look at.
Or to go
say, or a politician getting indicted or about to resign. That would be like a huge disgrace thing, but it'd be a big deal, but they're hoping to keep it comparatively on the down low because, hey, distraction.
They could march an alien out onto the White House lawn, and most of us would be like, okay, well, great. Nobody cares anymore.
No, I'd be like, what are you hiding?
Yeah.
It's like, here's
to go
alien.
Or to go a little tinfoil hatty, to go back in a bit, so to throw my little tinfoil hat on my avatar. Like when the whole thing with George Floyd happened and everyone's agreeance of, yes, he's a bad person. I don't think the way it was done was right, and everyone was in agreement. And also like, oh, it's because the cop's racist. It's like, The
No.
fuck? We were all in agreement. What the fuck are you doing?
I've
It does-
been tinfoil Hattie probably since Mitch turned around and asked why everybody hates Thomas Massey.
Usually it's
I said
Tim.
I have probably been tinfoil Hattie this evening ever since you asked why everybody hates Thomas Massey.
Well,
No,
his question
I don't
wasn't
think you've
why
been
people hate him.
particularly tinfoil hatty.
It's what's a legitimate reason besides basically party politics.
I know. I'm saying that was the point where I put my tinfoil hat on.
Say that, Angela.
I'm
You'll appreciate this.
simplifying. It's fine.
One of you'll appreciate this thing is the conversation I was having with Mom Forge when I was helping her with her computer yesterday and pointing out it's like there is exactly one person between 2019 and 2023 that died with COVID in their system, especially showing COVID symptoms, and was not ruled a COVID death. And that's George Floyd.
Yeah.
Huh. Well,
Well-
they turned around and had the guy that died in a motorcycle accident, and they said that he was a COVID death because he
Hey,
had
he's
COVID
back.
in
You
his
good?
system.
Your internet fuck up on you?
Yeah, I
Or your
saw.
computer
like-
crash?
It was a motorcycle accident. COVID did not kill a dude by motorcycle.
Yeah, I saw a situation where a person was dragged into the morgue in like 6 pieces. And at least one of the pieces tested positive for COVID, so it was a COVID death. Because how do we know that COVID didn't cause the situation that resulted in him being in 6 pieces?
So
Yeah,
I'm not buying the test.
yes.
It's very
I said this at the time. If you want to get tinfoil hatty, and I bet you anything I'm right.
There we go.
We
Hello.
he's back.
Before we get into
We
that,
never found out who was making the test, who was designing the tests. I mean, beyond a company name.
Well, I
And
will
we never
give you
found
some.
out what the test was actually testing for.
It's a PCR test, and it is a presumptive positive test. The problem is it's probably not able to differentiate between one coronavirus and another,
So people were getting diagnosed
at least
with
not
COVID
consistently.
who had the common cold.
Right.
Uh,
Positive.
and before we
Potentially. Well,
And I think-
here's the
Wait a minute,
thing
wait-
on a
wait
presumptive
just a second
positive
before
test.
we continue to that. Tier, was it your internet or computer that fucked up?
Internet.
Okay.
Xfinity
Okay.
was down for a minute. It was over the net.
I was like, I know we weren't being that
Here's-
much of an asshole. You're like, fuck this, I'm out, man.
No,
Yeah,
it's my,
Yeah, we're gonna
literally
try
dropped-
harder.
Like no,
Well,
like
that-
so I'm
that comes
I'm
later.
listening to you really quickly. I'm listening to you guys talking like, and I'm playing DCU online. I'm like, why the fuck I get silent really quickly? Hello guys, are you there? And I'm like, wait a minute. So I look over and I saw myself moving, but nothing. And then I saw the green signal on the thing go red. Like, why is that red?
Well, Thierry, you did miss some interesting stuff. We talked more about Thomas Massey. We discussed each one of our fetishes, and then
Damn it.
No, that
No.
is not. We
We
discussed
discussed how
that
there
there
is
were
an
fetishes.
internet sites for fetishes,
Yeah,
which
we
are
did
which is usually
discuss
just
that.
considered pornography.
Getting back to
So,
George Floyd and
Mitch.
Derek Chauvin, real quick. I
Before you
think
do
Derek
it,
Chauvin is not guilty of killing Floyd. I think that prosecution and that judgment was politically motivated,
absolutely.
Oh yes.
and I think he should be
Agreed.
acquitted. However,
Agreed.
I do not think that cops are inherently innocent of crime. If that was a legitimate prosecution, let's go back through Chauvin's record as a cop. Let's examine it. Let's see how much of a
Well,
because if they didn't prosecute him on anything else he did that was criminal, that was, I mean, easily demonstrable as criminal because cops do that shit. And I bet you there's something in his career that indicates such.
Yeah. But to
If
go,
they didn't prosecute him on that, why did they do it on this if it wasn't political?
yeah. Because it falls in the whole thing of like, was what he did the way it was supposed to be done by the book? I don't remember
Yes.
on that whole thing.
It's
hold
literally-
on,
It was-
hold
it
on,
was complete-
hold on. In all reality,
Holding.
they already had him in the car with people around. Their whole thing should have dictated when he said he couldn't breathe while he was in the car to get him to a hospital, not to pull him out. That's counterproductive.
Should have, yes.
So it's the
Alright,
whole.
so-
what they did was
I got
actually
one final thing.
directly in their
One final
training
thing.
materials.
Let him finish, man.
And that is, there can
God
be
damn
two
it.
wrong things, that he went about it the wrong way, but is still not the one solely responsible for what caused George Floyd's death.
Well, all right. So there are two things I want to bring up for Will jumps in. All right, two things. First off, when they did the autopsy, it was never completed.
What?
It they didn't do when they did the autopsy originally. Or was the other the family's autopsy? I can't remember. They said he died from like asphyxiation, not asphyxiation. The internet called like asphyxiation, and then the whole. All right, so there is one perpetrator in that whole thing. Why would the other cops who were standing around doing crowd control considered being held liable?
Accessories?
Yeah, as
Didn't stop
accessories.
him.
Senior officer telling you to do something and it's within the scope of your training. It's
just
just
following
weird.
orders?
Again, yes.
Just following orders is not legitimate.
Yep, not giving it to just following orders. What he did was actually textbook manual restraint. And they violated his rights in the trial by refusing to allow the fact that this was the textbook to be presented against lies by the training officers who taught him to do that.
Yep.
But I was going to tell you, Mitch, the thing with the presumptive
number
positive
there.
testing, the entire intention of it is if there is a chance of a positive test, it's going to return positive. Is why you have to have confirmatory testing, because anything that's a presumptive positive testing, it's designed to give you essentially zero chance of a false negative. And it does that by erring on the side of returning a positive if there's a chance. Now, even if it is completely dialed into the coronavirus for COVID-19, it's still, by the very nature of being a presumptive positive test, going to yield a certain percentage of false positives. That is the deliberate design of the testing.
Yeah, I think you're missing what I'm getting at. I'm
I'm not
that
convinced that it's zeroed in specifically tight enough, but it's
Well, no,
even
it
if-
couldn't
even
be
if the
because it
testing
happened
was-
too fast.
Yeah, but even if the
I mean, it
testing
couldn't
was
be zeroed in
perfectly
tight enough
designed
because
for
it did
that
happen too
specific,
fast. However,
but
what I'm
they-
getting at is they wanted those false positives, and they wanted them
yeah.
to be as widespread as possible.
which is slightly different argument from wanting the false positives, because you go with, for something especially like communicable diseases, you go with presumptive positive testing deliberately because you want to catch if there's a chance the person is sick. You want no chance of false negatives. That's a deliberate
Right?
intent.
I
That's not
understand
that part is
completely
not
with
a-
you on that. I'm just saying they used the test they used because they didn't advertise any of that you just said, did they?
not
Exactly.
that way. No.
No, of course not.
You have to
They
be
would
in the
advertise
nose
that in a
in
way that
what-
would cover them legally.
Yeah,
if
you have
they
to be
did.
in the nose to what presumptive positive testing means to grasp that from the get-go.
Right.
And they didn't and there was deliberate intent for them not doing that, because you know that they treated in the media and in the political arguing and everything, they treated every unconfirmed positive test as a absolute positive test result.
Yes, they did.
And that is being deliberately false about presumptive positive testing. It's
I'm
like, yeah,
gonna break
there was a
in
positive test result. That just means that it could not have been negative.
I'm gonna break in for just a quick second. If we want to continue on, I'm entirely fine with that. We have hit the 2 hour mark a little bit. If we are going to continue on, I'm gonna let y'all talk from it, and I'm gonna go use the restroom. So
Right on.
I fear I'll make
Well,
consensus.
at some point, I need to get to bed so I can get ready for work or
Right on.
sleep for it.
So
You
we
say
want-
that the way everything played out, it was so incredibly obvious that shenanigans were in the offing.
Well, they wanted as high of a positive count as they
Rotten,
could.
I think it's okay for you to go use the restroom while there.
Yeah.
if anything, we'll go to about 2.5 hours, and then I'm gonna call it. So I'll be back in a minute.
Right on.
Yeah, they definitely wanted the higher positive count.
Yes.
That's indisputable.
And again,
And they
Again,
wanted people to think that presumptive positive test results equaled confirmed positive test results, which
Yes.
it doesn't.
this is again where they've dumbed down the education system and therefore generations of Americans to the point where they're going to believe anything. Fortunately, with COVID, it was a light sniffle, so that most people aren't going to fall for it again. But they got the test results they wanted too. Unless
the
they
rat
tested
hope
both.
experiment.
I mean, the whole thing was an operation to see how easy it would be to turn a population.
Yeah, we'll see
Ah,
how
the rat hope
virus
experiment.
goes.
Wait a minute, Mitch. It's called the rat hope experiment.
The what?
You know what that is? The rat hope experiment.
No.
All right, so I don't remember who did this test, but they did this test with rats. They took a bunch of rats and they put them in water and they let them swim for like as long as they could. And some of them just gave up and fucking drowned. They were just tired, and I think it lasted like 6 hours. Maybe not 6 hours, about 6-7 hours. And then they cut the water off. They drained the water. They dried them off. They gave them food and whatnot, and then let them rest for like a few days. And then they did it again. The rats that they did this to swam for a lot longer because they had hope that someone would save them.
Ah,
Yeah, they didn't go for letting any of them drown here. They did as soon as they gave up on swimming, they pulled them out to clean up, and
I think they
so
let 'em
basically
drown.
like the whole point of the hope is they stopped them before they drowned. They right at the point where they were convinced they were going to drown and everything, pulled them out, and so they're like, "Hey, I'm going to keep going, because there is hope that if
Yeah.
I swim long enough, there's going to be
Relief.
relief. There's going to be rescue." And the rats lasted for, I want to say, something like 20 hours.
Yeah. And that was called the rat hope experiment. Yeah. It was insane.
oh, most such
I
things
don't
are.
know who did it. Huh?
Most such things are.
Yeah, like I don't know who did the experiment, but yes. Like that was insane.
The part that kills me, and this realization is why I consider Democrats and Republicans to be uniquely un-American. When I say American, I'm not talking about people born here. I'm talking people possessed with the philosophy of American liberty. So Democrats and Republicans, if their fealty is to party first, then they're not Americans. What kills me is that anyone can look at American history and see that it was our freedoms that led us to be the superpower in the world. Because it was our freedoms to innovate, it was our freedom to experiment. All of that stuff, all of that is where everything we have now, all the technology and all the gadgets and all the gear, all the weapon systems, everything. It's where everything came from, was from liberty. And now we've got a bunch of idiots who want to deprive us of it and still maintain their place in the world. I don't think so. Because the second
Not all of our inventions
second
came
another
from liberty.
genuinely free society rises, America's going to be under threat.
Here, argue after people are done making their statement, please.
Say yes, Mitch. Where would we be if GE were not free to make things that spin?
Here, what were you saying?
I was saying not everything was made because of liberty. A lot of our shit came from fucking war and shit we've adopted from other cultures and those people that invented that didn't have those freedoms.
I believe you will notice that I didn't restrict my statement to invention, but
stop!
also
What are you
innovation.
doing, that fucking motherfucker?
What?
Sorry.
I don't know what the fuck you just said, but
Play,
I'll repeat
playing
what I
a
said.
game in
repeat
the
what I
goddamn
said.
TFO.
I'll repeat what I said. I did not restrict my statement to invention. I also included innovation.
Fair enough.
There's something that somebody pointed out today that was I thought was kind of funny, is that the communists always say seize the means of production. They never talk about create the means of production.
Exactly. Well, you know what the means of production are? You know what? The means of production is actually people.
Well, one of the most interesting things about it is that Marx himself basically thought, it's like, no, before we have communism, we have to have capitalism to create the systems that we're going to seize. It's like they've never had the idea that they were going to actually create anything.
Exactly. Liberty wins again.
That's because they can't create the.
They're too busy running everything for the good of the people.
Well,
that never see any of it because there's always somebody higher on the food chain that decides that they're just a little bit better than the people below them. But
it's like name a Soviet personal computer or a Soviet car that somebody would be willing to drive if they had a choice.
It's called the Gulag. You don't hear about the new Russian Gulag?
Yeah,
Very great car.
It's based on the Yugo, isn't it?
If you wanted to,
Gremlin reproduced.
The worst thing that the best demonstration of how bad communism was is East Germany. They took a country full of Germans and made it poor. If you set them,
no, go on.
If you look at West German manufacturing and East German manufacturing, West German manufacturing was already surpassed their pre-war production levels by 1950. East Germany never surpassed it until reunification.
And look where Germany's at now.
Hey, they fucked up.
German anal.
Well, there's that.
And they're
German Scheisse.
And the funny thing is,
50 rubles to a gallon.
The funny thing is that actually the East German car was the Trabant that was made out of epoxy and chicken feathers and had a 2-cycle engine.
Are you
Wow.
for real?
I am mostly for real. It did have a 2-cycle engine, and the body shell of it was made out of it was an epoxy of different, and one of the ingredients was chicken feathers. You know, it's resin, chicken feathers, and sometimes it was even sawdust.
Well,
my
chicken feathers give you reinforcement and structure to the resin, kind of like rebar and concrete.
Oh yeah, it's
Well,
like
you gotta remember, chicken feathers is plentiful.
it's like carbon fiber.
Yeah.
That's a stretch, but yeah, it
Basically,
is.
it's basically a low tech version of it.
But yeah, they made that it was it had a 2-cycle engine. You had to mix the oil and the gasoline in the fuel tank. There's some of them still out running. There are people that collect them.
I mean, they probably were cheap as fuck to make.
Wonder if they were bulletproof.
No.
I mean, you got look at Cuba. They roll around in cars from the 1950s.
So there ain't no way they were making for their citizens vehicles that could shrug off the weaponry they were using against the citizens.
Here you literally just
What?
You literally just declared the entire point of this branch of the conversation. You cited a communist country that is using 1950s vehicles because they can't produce modern vehicles and no
Angel, why are you coming for me? What did I do this week?
no country.
Why are you coming?
Well, I was actually kind of calling you an inadvertent genius, but okay.
They also say they also can't afford modern vehicles that other people manufacture.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. They can't make money because they're so busy trying to make barely enough food to survive that they're able to make. They have to drive around the 1950s vehicles.
I love that.
If they're going
so many
to drive
communists.
around, if they're going to drive around anything. So
I maintain
think-
that Elon Musk is missing the boat on the market share that would absolutely love to buy an electric vehicle if it had the same design language as a bunch of the classic vehicles. Not the exact physical models, but the same design language.
Translate.
if
What?
the car was shaped
Chassis.
more like a classic car,
Yeah.
more people would buy it.
Yeah, it would just, if he would actually style a Tesla, that would be great.
Yes.
I think what he should have
Absolutely.
done with the Cybertruck was call it low res, and like you can add elements to it.
Now, see what I think. Get rid of all the bullshit. All the wireless interconnectivity and fucking service contracts.
Do
And
not make the fucking thing stop on its own opinion.
40K.
you get rid of all the stupid, useless stuff like, help me out here. What, like the you didn't renew your service, you can't start your car. Get rid of all that shit. Get rid of all the
So we
stuff
have determined that you are distracted or
to use the Twitter
don't
meme.
do any of that. Just make a
tired for
bog
God.
standard old style automobile with an electric motor.
Or the whole thing like Hard Pass is most known for, you can't use your grill because it's updating.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
especially when people find out that their new GE air fry ovens, they have to have a Wi-Fi connection because the
Oh,
you have to
What?
purchase you have to purchase the air fry separately because it's a download.
That's
Yeah,
retarded.
fuck
What?
that.
Yeah,
no.
it, the only thing that dictates the difference between the air fry oven and a regular convection oven is the software, and they charge you extra for the software.
Yeah,
Nope,
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
give you a
happen.
classic dumb air fryer.
And I go in when I go into the houses to have those. I'm like, hey, do you want this to air fry? And it's like, sure. And I just download it and give it to them for free
Mhm.
because I could just do shit like that.
Cause you're awesome.
Well, see, Green Badger, I'm not even saying get rid of the Cybertruck.
Yo, Green.
Keep the Cybertruck, but give
Hmm.
us an option. Give us a 4-seater sedan with a bench seat, like we used to have. Bench seat, fucking a good electric drivetrain, and a glove compartment, a cigarette lighter. Like I said, make it.
You want a dumb car?
No, I don't want a dumb car. A dumb car is the one that requires all the interconnectivity.
Yeah.
It's not a smartphone. It's a dumb customer. Make no mistake. It's not a
Basically,
smart refrigerator. It's a stupid customer.
basically what he wants is a classic car with an updated motor and drivetrain,
Yeah, it would be awesome.
which
It
is the
would be
shit
a
people have been
huge
saying
seller.
at fucking car companies for years, even with the ones still using gasoline engines. It's like, oh, we're going to make this new variant of one of our popular sports cars from the past, but we're going to, for some odd reason, turn it into a sedan and make it look nothing like it. And it's like, only like 8
Yeah.
people like this.
A lot of reasons why they don't do some of the stuff from those past designs. Well, some of it is safety, some of it's cafe standards, which I'm sorry, government's got no role in defining how efficient my car has to be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fucking EPA.
And that's one where, it really play into Tesla because what's cafe standard to your electric car?
Yeah. The other thing
It's
for some of them is also that the police don't want them to look like some of the cars old because they have a harder time using their fucking speed thing on them. And I'm still like, yeah, I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
Update
Yeah,
your
I
fucking
want-
your speed gun. I don't give a fuck.
I want my vehicle to have the irregular exterior painted in radar absorbent pigment.
As you
Well,
guys
it's 'cause
seen
they're
yesterday, I
Angular
don't have to
system.
worry about it. My car doesn't have a computer.
Yes.
I
like,
think
What's
if I
the-
walked
what-
up to my
what's the year, make, and model?
1984 Mercedes turbo diesel,
It has a computer.
where
There's a computer in it. A lot
No.
of that stuff is
I-
controlled electronically.
no, you
It's
are
not-
out.
No, it may not be particularly sophisticated, but it's still there.
It's not. I guarantee it. I have been over through the entire car. The injection pump on it, it's totally mechanical. It doesn't even have an electric fuel pump on it. The climate control is gears and vacuum. The radio in it even is analog.
Is there an actual physical connection from the gas pedal to the motor?
Yeah,
Groovy.
I could
Travis?
go show you. I got my
That would be
phone.
a
No,
linkage.
no. This is gonna be the thing that'll make me fall in love with your car.
Wow.
Does your
Not
car
you, your car.
actually shut up? Does your car actually have a hand crank for the windows?
Okay, you got me there. It is. It is.
Uh-huh.
Oh, damn it.
For a computer, though, it's a switch.
I don't
Well,
care. I was about to fall in love with your car.
A computer is nothing but a series of switches.
Oh, you are just going off. It's like, oh my God, it's a computer because it has a switch. Then my lights have switches. Everything.
no.
It is. That is no.
That-
I disregard your.
I just
Absolutely not.
I'm trying to defend myself because I was just hoping that it had hand cranks for the windows.
I'm trying to
cranks for the windows.
And I'm trying to chase down Mitch. I'm just trying to change. I'm just trying to chase down Mitch as he's moving those goalposts again. Hey, Mitch, stop!
My words are demonstrable fact.
You said computer, and then you said, "Oh, it has a switch. An on-off switch is a computer." Bullshit.
I didn't say that. I said a computer is nothing but a series of switches.
But there is no switch. Oh my God! It's a series of switches. So something that has one switch is a fucking computer, Mitch.
Technically, yeah, it's binary.
Oh,
Mitch is about to hit you with under the hood. It can have just a pure electromechanical computer.
Oh, he's going to be like on there. It's like, oh, that injection pump. That's an analog computer because it has springs and cams. That's a computer.
If I really wanted to get you, I would ask you if the Enigma machine used electronics.
The Enigma machine is electronics, but you are like, oh my God, it's not a computer because it has one switch.
What about an abacus? It calculates, doesn't it?
It doesn't roll up my fucking windows, Mitch. One switch does not a computer make, you motherfucker. God damn.
Going back to the car thing, like the only thing I technically, it's like I don't mind a bit of a computer in my vehicle. I just don't need all the excess bullshit, touch screens, fucking dial for a shifter. Like the dial, the only dial I want on in my vehicle is for the radio. Maybe for like the AC or whatnot. Otherwise, like if I were to go through and finally get my 1969 AMC Rambler restored, the only thing I would update on other than maybe to powered brakes is I would put an aftermarket radio in it so I could still connect my Bluetooth or my phone to it through Bluetooth.
But if that thing has a light switch in it, it's got a computer.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Tragic.
I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid.
I'm surprised you can still breathe. I'm running so far from those goalposts. You need to relax, Mitch. You need to relax a little bit. You've been stretching so hard on these definitions. I'm afraid you might pull something.
Does it have a tape deck or a radio?
It has a radio in it.
It's got a circuit board, I bet.
Oh my God! That is not a computer. It is an analog radio. It has a dial that you turn and a needle moves. There is no digital electronics in it. There is no if you bring up analog computers.
Wait a second. You said it has a mechanical dial that you turn and a needle? Yes. Does the needle point to numbers?
Oh, if you're going to say
then it's digital.
God damn it, bitch.
Then it's digital. What do you think the word digit means?
Oh my God! How about this? If it has numbers, it makes a computer. I got my Sharpie out right now. I'm writing a number on my dick. I have a computerized dick because
hey,
I wrote.
What about those kids with those blocks with letters and numbers on them? You're missing some good stuff here, man.
Dude, I just wrote 69 on my dick just to prove a fucking point to you, Mitch. You'll see it on Fat Life later.
On Fat Life?
Press your gauge to check your tires.
Is that the Fat Fetish website?
Fat Life.
No,
There's
it-
there's
the way
Fat
you
Fetish on the Fat Life.
You were so.
You didn't say Fat Life. You said Fat Life.
Hey, that's another one. I mean, I'm not into it, but I'm going to send it to Tier because I've heard what he's.
Man, I love fat
No,
chicks. Yeah,
no.
fuck that. Why
Could
fucking lie?
someone with a fat fetish be a minimalist?
No, they're a
I love
maximalist.
chubby girls.
No.
I don't like land whales.
Talking about fat things and computers. Guess what?
Chicken
Oh,
butt.
no.
You
Using a
remember-
computer to count calories.
You remember about 25 years ago they had the Mac and PC ads where they had like the guy that the PC guy was in a suit and was uptight and had the kind of
And Justin Long as the
Yep.
PC.
well,
Or
guess
he was
what?
He was the Mac.
They brought them
Okay,
back. They
whatever.
brought those guys back to sell Ozempic.
They brought Justin Long to sell Ozempic. He
They
was
brought
never
both
fat.
of those guys back to do the Apple PC stick with Ozempic.
Oh,
My
I wanna
favorite
see the
commercial.
commercial for Justin Long, but what?
My favorite commercial for the Apple versus PC one was when it's like, "Oh, PC, what are you doing? Oh, playing a game. Which one? All of them."
I mean, it's true.
Rotten. What you said about the shifting the dial? I don't like the whole dial shifting thing, but let me tell you, my favorite, well, probably my second favorite transmission that I've worked with was in my Sprinter, where it had a Manumatic. You put it in drive, but then you can up and down shift manually within certain parameters. Great for engine braking.
Yeah. No,
Didn't-
I just remember. I think it was on the Chrysler 300 or a couple other ones where quite literally their shifter was a dial, and I was like, "That is asinine."
You reach to turn your radio volume down. And if you hit the wrong dial accidentally, you
Well, they had it lower than
Uh-huh.
where the radio is, so it's
Transmission in
more
the
like you
highway.
go to turn the AC or the heat on, and all of a sudden you're in fucking neutral.
it's like I just wanted to cool it down, and all of a sudden I dropped my transmission on the highway because I shifted into reverse.
I was about to say, it's like, oh my god, I heard Imagine Dragons come over the radio, and I'm like panicking, so I reached over to turn it real fast, and I shifted into low.
But I think on that note, since we're all mostly laughing, we're gonna call it here since we've been just shy of 2.5. By the time we're done with the outro and everything, it'll be 2.5 hours. So definitely had a lot. Thanks you guys for coming on, because when y'all get going in that whole thing, if I don't have much to say, I can just let y'all keep going.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm
We
good.
probably could have gone another half hour with Mitch cranking
So
up.
I don't even remember which movie we're
Well,
watching
I mean,
next
at
week,
least until I
considering
come
the
up with
fact.
more ways to tweet tragic. I mean,
I mean,
Well,
you want to
I mean, now
stretch
I'm
that
gonna
thing
learn
about
them.
the
thank you for giving us a place to hang out on Sunday night. Rotten.
Well,
Yeah.
well, Rotten, I'm going to use my collection of switches made by Mac to go talk to Tom Massey about what his FetLife handle is. And
But I can't remember what movie we're gonna be
Oh,
watching
my.
next week. We're gonna be doing the next one after Downer the movie. Hopefully my computer's
Oh.
not giving me so much shit. If it is, we might have to do another Talking into the Void, because my computer's being a jackass. But hopefully I have it fixed by then.
that was a series of switches, by the way.
Oh,
well, how about a parallel of switches? Because you know
Oh.
there's two different types of.
You know, they always talk about serial killers. They never talk about parallel killers.
Oh,
That's true.
But we're gonna get
Well,
out of here. So
that's your gangland. So that's your gangland violence.
Rock on, clown.
you'll have a good one.
see you,
Night, everyone.
brother.
For everyone who
Night,
showed up, thanks for showing up.
Night,
Hopefully
baby.
you have a great week. And don't forget Memorial Day's next Monday. Not this Monday,
Oh,
the
wow.
following week.
Lest we forget.
I'm gonna go.
So Y'all have a good one. We're gonna get out of here. Latest.
Bye, y'all.
Later.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Join us again next week, or you can check out the other people in the panel in the description and see us again plausibly on one of their channels, or just check out what work they've done. Have a good week, everyone.